this, they talk about Britain first. They've got nothing. You see that scum that come trying to cause bother? White pride. I've shit him. I'm proud of being white, but I'm no white prider. And all I see here is proud English people. We're here for one reason, and that's the failings of these people behind you, in front of us, and where we've just walked from. They've let them kids down, they've let them kids get groomed. They did it on ethnicity, as they say. Ethnicity, my half. They did it because they were scared of offending Muslims. I'm not scared of offending them. If they're fucking with my kids, I'll have them. Simple as that. It's not just being Muslims grooming them. It's been people from every walk of life. But the others have been dealt with. It's hiding it because we don't want to scare Uncle Jamil. The ones behind us, yes, it's not all the bobbies, but the bobbies have covered it up. Third floor behind you, social services, town hall, council, they've all done it, they've all hid this, and they've all shamed us, shamed us. We're here because we want something done about them kids that should have been protected by the people who've got good salaries to protect them. Con men, that's all we are. Sean Knight, I've been in meetings after him all last 2 weeks. He's a shithead and he wants out. He wants to be ashamed of his head, he's a disgrace. He told press, we're scaring his kids. Well, he scared 1,400 kids in this town alone. And he's done nothing about it. Crime Commissioner, he ought to be in prison with that nonsense, getting bundled. We've had these councillors left, right and centre. Even the councillors have no faith in him because he's shit at his job. He was shit in child services and he's shit as a crime commissioner. Stop here until he's out. Sean right out! 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 It's only enough to be heard up and down the country. Sean right out! 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 Left, right and centre from locals coming to tell us what these people have done to their kids. They've groomed them, they've got some of them pregnant. Social services have took them kids off of them. That's DNA evidence that they've been groomed and sexually molested. Social services, shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! You fuck! Right, I'm only going to keep this bit short because I've got a lot to say later. But we've got other speakers. First up, we'll have Boss Man up because he can go on a bit, but he's good at it. I'm proud of everybody in the studio today. Proud. And Gail Spike, a massive round of applause! Everyone at Camp Rotherham, the support from the locals, absolutely everybody involved. A massive pat on the back. We the people right here, right now, we demand the immediate sacking of Sean Wright. We are the electorate. We have the power these people, you have in fact aided and abetted the paedophiles. You have fundamentally assisted in ruining the lives of over 1,400 children in this town. And still the problem persists. As late as February this year, I had a message the other day from a parent telling me about a driver from A1 cabs, locking their daughter in the car and asking her questions about herself and her family. This was reported, but there was no interview, just notes taken. The school was informed, and the reply was this: the cab driver in question has a warning over his actions. A warning? It's kidnapped! How on earth have these people still got the contracts to ferry your children about in this town? In light of what's been going on in this town, why are we allowing the children of Rotherham to travel in these paedophile chariots? It's time to boycott this firm and any other found to be employing the same people. This has to stop. And it's now down to us to protect our children. The authorities have let our children down in a way never seen before over racial victimisation of our own people. They chose to cover up these crimes so as not to upset the local Muslim community. So I will say again, this is blatant racial discrimination on our own people. Grooming gangs are operating in this area right now. Rape jihad, the Islamists call it. I call it a racist hate crime against vulnerable children, in almost every case, white underage children. Your children, your grandchildren, your nieces and nephews, your brothers and sisters are being targeted by these monsters. We need to see this problem exactly as it is. It is a hate crime. It's not because of cultural differences when the abusers are British born. Muslim. Our authorities sweep away the facts with no thought about the victims and future victims of these paedophiles. Girls as young as 11 are given gifts including mobile phones to gain their trust. They pass themselves off as boyfriends, and then after a short time these children are introduced to alcohol and drugs. They are made to feel important by these predators and now then passed around, raped, prostituted and trafficked around the country to fulfil their sick desires. Whose country? Our country! Whose country? Our country! Whose country? Our country! Let's not forget the people that groom the children are the tip of the iceberg. These are only the men that find these young boys and girls for the rest of the communities to abuse at their will. So it's not 8 or 16 men arrested and that's the end of it. Over 8,000 local men have been implicated in these sex crimes against children. Your children! Whose children? Whose children? Whose children? All the calls for help have been swept under the carpet by the likes of Sean Wright. Sean Wright out! 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 The police and child services, so as not to offend the Muslims, have hidden this. What about us? Are we not offended? These are our children, our future. Muslim girls are spared this treatment, so now tell us it is not a race issue. Muslim organisations invented the term Islamophobia to silence the critics of Islam. The result is that thousands of little girls and boys have been abused, while Muslim grooming gangs hide behind their shield of Islamophobia. Then, under pressure of political correctness, authorities have allowed Muslim paedophile rape gangs in the United Kingdom to groom underage girls for sexual abuse for decades, victimising and violating as many as 20,000 school children. So I would ask you this now. Where are the moderate Muslims? Where are they? Why don't they speak up against this disgusting behaviour? The silence is deafening. They won't condemn this and never have. They don't report these crimes to the police, even when they know this goes on in their own communities. The only thing they have done is ask for a meeting with the local police because they feel worried in their community. Well, what do they expect? They steal and rape children and ask for protection from the victims and their parents. So again, it is us, the EDL, that speak up. EDL! The EDL have brought this to the attention of our authorities time and time and time again. Do you see now that we are justified in every demonstration and every march we take part in? The left and the PC Brigade need to wake up to the facts. They need to condemn the actions of these people that the EDL talk about. To come out and counter demo against the EDL is to condone and support the actions of the groomers in our society. Are they really that narrow-minded? Or are they paedophiles themselves? It's time to take this political correctness and throw it in the rubbish where it belongs. How much more will it take for the government and local authorities to open their eyes to the dangers that our children now face on a daily basis? To the government, to all the public servants, do not forget, we pay your wages. And now we find out that we unknowingly paid you to ignore the suffering of our children. How much more do our supposed authorities think we will take as a people of this country? We have been forced to accept the unacceptable, tolerate the intolerable, suffer the insufferable, and endure the undurable. The Sharia enforcers that call themselves our police and the political establishment have the audacity to say that these attacks are not racial in nature. Boom. Yet 91% of all these attacks are against young, white British girls and boys. They say that these attacks in no way represent Islam and that they are not hate crimes. What would they know? In Islamic countries, it is perfectly legal to marry girls as young as 6 years old. This is perfectly normal of Islam. So just how many of these attacks have happened here and in other Western countries, where the perpetrators have not been imprisoned due to playing the difference of culture card? In our land, whose land? Whose land? Whose land? Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! According to the Quran, the men carrying out these attacks are good Muslims. In the Quran, it clearly tells Muslims to take the women of their enemies while at war as slaves. And the UK is described as the house of war because it is not part of the Islamic State. This clearly tells us that they are committing jihad, which is to their belief some kind of holy war in our country in front of our very eyes. And this is what they are getting away with right now. Over and over and over and over again. Well, listen, once again, I think you should all put your hands together for Andrew Edge, Gal Spate, Ian Crossing and all the team in Camp Rotherham, please. This is somewhat of a historical turning point. This has never been known by the EDL before. And look at the turnout today. You've seen the t-shirts, you've seen the posters for the EDL stamping out child grooming. I want you all to start stamping your feet. I want to hear some noise, please. I want to hear some noise! Stamping it out! I've got to say a massive thanks to each and every one of you for coming today to show your support to the victims in Rotherham. We came here today to let the victims and their families know that people are listening. The EDL are listening. EDL! That we care and that they have tremendous support from all of us here today and the good people across this country. A big thank you to all the team again that worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make these demos happen. And last but by no means least, out to our armed forces. Stay safe and out of here.
Cheers from Bossman, as always. This is just going to be a very quick one, it's not part of the speech. You know we're here for these 1,400 victims. These victims up and down the world, year in, year out. Jihad, rape jihad, all that. But it's just past the anniversary of 9/11. So I just want to ask you all, just for 1 minute silence to remember the victims of 9/11. Thank you, and yet again. Do you know how long that minute felt? How long did that minute feel? Do you know if we had a minute's silence for each of them 1,400 victims, we'd have to stand here silent for 24 hours. That's the level of the failures of these shitheads behind you. Thank you. We've got a speaker virgin here who wants a minute. He's shitting bricks. I'd like you to welcome Andrew Edge.
All I'm going to say is, I can't believe we could fit so many people in my front garden. Anyway, all I want you to do is one thing for me.
That's bloke, he's still no longer a virgin, but not got a lot to say. He has in private. Next up, just for your Geordies and no fees, we can't understand him, but you lot can. We've got him up here again. Sybil. He seems to be hiding too. He's here. Bill! Are you guys as angry as me? The say 1,400. That was a conservative figure. It's going to be double that, and that's only here in Rotherham. Take it nationwide, it's going to be tens of thousands. And even today, while we're standing here, it's still happening to some child here in this town and every other town in the UK. Are you angry? I've never been so bloody angry in my life. I've got a few names here I'm going to read out, if I can find the damn list. Getting old's not good, or forgetting it, it's on the bus. But I've got to start with the main culprit. We all know who he is, you've heard his name several times. John Wright, that man is a disgrace. He's a disgrace. It's not only Sean Wright. For every victim that we know about, there is somebody still working within social services, within the police force, and within all the other agencies that should have protected these kids. They're still there, they're still earning their money, and they should be in prison along with these groomers. It's time we had, never mind the police investigating the police, it's time we had a judge-led, an honest judge if we can find one, doing an investigation into every council everywhere in this country, and I would like to see heads roll. I'd like to see them roll all the way to court and all the way to prison. We've got half-dozen members here on the street. Every one of you is entitled to get in touch with your MP and scream bloody blue murder, because that's what I'm doing. I'm emailing, I'm threatening, and I will not go quiet. This has got to stop. Last night, like everybody else here, with a bit of demo fever, I struggled to sleep. But what was in my head was that every minute I was lying in my bed, some child was getting raped. That's not an exaggeration. They're getting trafficked all over the country. And I'm being protected by these, by them, and by so many more. Ladies and gentlemen, it has to stop. We cannot and will not ignore this. This is the catalyst for the EDL to get bigger and stronger. But when you come on the street, remember what you're here for. You're here to protest against victims who have been ignored and robbed by the system. Their childhood has been destroyed. They will suffer the consequences of what happened to them for years to come. They may never recover. That is a shameful thing for us to see in our country. And it's here because of one thing. The followers of Islam believe that we are fair game. They think our girls are fair game. It's got to stop. I don't want to see 5 years. I don't want to see 6 years. I want to see 25, 30-year sentences. And if they're not legal in this country, get them the fuck out.
We just got a 1 minute wait while the nut job gets here. You've heard him rant at Exeter and you've all had megaphone in your ear. Our God knows what's going to come out of his mouth, but he's here, nut job, banks.
Why are you allowing our state to rape your children? That's what you've got to ask yourself. That is what is happening. Right, within this council, within that building, there's a guy called Gordon Shelley. Whenever the social workers approached him about Muslims raping girls, he sent them on cultural awareness courses. This gentleman is a member of the Socialist Workers' Party. Now ask yourself, why isn't the TV, why isn't the local newspaper all over this issue? 16 years these girls have been abused, 16 years! And nothing in the local radio campaign, nothing has been going on. Well, the local paper in this town is a certain gentleman. A National Union of Journalists rep called Phil Turner works on the local advertiser. And guess what? He's a member of the Socialist Workers' Party. It gets worse, it gets worse, people. These people control your job. They're in charge of your union. You complain about most Muslims, it's not anybody else but the union that sacks you. Now you go on further. Jed Dempsey, regional organiser of Unite the Union, and guess what? A member of the Socialist Workers' Party. This goes on in town after town after town in this country. You will not break this unless you get rid of your union reps, your Socialist Workers' Party reps. They are in the National Union of Journalists, TV, the newspapers, they are in teachers, they are in councils, even the local bin men dare not come here because they will be sacked. Who by? The Socialist Workers' Party. Who is in charge of this country? Not them communist twats. I am, you are, we will protect our that weren't meant to happen. You have your speeches all cocked up now. Right, this is from a former lefty, writing in the Telegraph. It is not the right. Who's right-wing here? I'm not right-wing, I'm bang down the middle. I want democracy, I want tolerance, I want everything to be nice. It's not the right who made it about race or religion. It's the abusers of Rochdale who taunted their victims as white trash. The social workers who failed to act effectively because of the race or religion of the perpetrators. The politicians who told them not to act because of the race or religion of the politicians. Right. All these facts are in irrefutable detail. It is not suggested that the authorities fail to act because of racial or religious sensitivities. It has been proven beyond a shred of reasonable doubt. This is a national newspaper that they failed to act because of racial sensitivities. Now, it's not race, it is not race, it is not colour, it is Islam. Right. In this country, the raping, grooming paedophiles, not paedophiles, it's legal in Sharia law. It's legal in Sharia law because the extremism police accept it. This has been through their system. In Britain, it's Pakistani Muslim rapists. In Sweden, it's Iraqi Muslim rapists. In France, it's North African Muslim rapists. Denmark, Somali Muslim rapists. Muslims, the Quran, Muhammad is your enemy. It is coming to kill you. You have got to stand up. You've got to stand. This has got to stop. Why isn't there 20,000 people here? Why is there not 20,000 people here? Because the Socialist Workers' Party tell you we are racist, we are Nazis. There is Israeli flags, gay flags, there's coloured people in this audience. We are not racist, we are libertarians. We want to live free.
I'm sure you recognise me, I've been up once before, I think. Right, we did have a load of locals that had been victims of this that wanted to say a few words, but unfortunately with white pride shit that turned up, causing bother, unfortunately we frightened them off. We know it weren't our fault, we know it was that scum, the Nazis. Can't help it, sorry, but the locals that wanted to say a few words have gone, they're scared. But can you remember the story of Laura Wilson, the young girl, the first white honour killing? Her mum sent us a message. She didn't want to stand up here and say it, but she's wrote a few words just to pass out to you. These are her words, not mine. What happened and is still happening in Rotherham is only the tip of the iceberg. We will find out over the next few weeks, months and years there are thousands of children in England this has happened to and is still happening to. It needs to stop. We have to protect them all and all young children. All young children who are growing up now and don't want them to suffer and witness nor be involved in what's going on around us. We need to stand together and stamp it out. Let's put an end to this horrible nightmare. 1 minute, because I'm trying to read this, and I'm a bit dyslipstic. Let's put an end to this horrible nightmare. And I can't even read the writing. And fetch all accountable for justice. That's the words of Laura Wilson's mum. Means a lot, but she'd send them. She wants you to know how she feels. Show right out! 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 And we will not stop till he's out and everybody's brought to book and fucking failed them kids. They've been failed by the social services, they've been failed by the police, they've been failed by Rotherham Borough Council, they've even been failed by the licensing agency that hands taxi tickets out. They've been taking them kids in their taxis, getting paid by social, to get fucked about all over Yorkshire, and a lot of them want hanging. Next up, she's knackered, she's been here 18 days like me. She wanted to leave her, but I'm not going to let her. We're having a few words from our Gail.
We're shouting at you lot, to be honest. Right, but North East have had a good shout out, so it's got to be Yorkshire, hasn't it? Yorkshire!
Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire!
Do you know, whilst staying here, I've heard so many heartbreaking stories of children who was raped, abused, constantly, week after week after week. They did nothing. They did nothing. Everybody failed them. We're not failing them. We're going to be here and we're not going to leave until justice. It's going across all the country. Every grooming gang, every taxi rank needs to be looked into every week, not now and again, every week until justice and all our girls are safe, all our boys are safe. Really, really is. All I want to say is thank you to everybody who's come here today. We have been camped out for all those days, and some days it's been really hard. But we're doing it, and we're doing it for every victim. Every single victim. Now to Andrew. Adam's coming.
Good afternoon. Half immigrant, half English, but I am proud to be English. And I've been enjoying my life. I fucking stand here. I stand against them bastards that have raped our children day in, day out. What I want to say to you is, this is an epidemic of religious domination that's coming to our country, right? This is when Muhammad marched his men through Israel long, long ago. They raped the women and they raped the children, and it's exactly why those Islamists are doing what they're doing today. They're just mimicking what happened 1,500 years ago. They're after your children, they're after my children, and I am not gonna fucking play with it. We are the infidels, as they call us, and I am proud to be an infidel. All I fucking love you. The response of the Muslim Council of Britain, right? right? This is the organisation, the biggest one in the country, that represents the Muslims. This is what they said, word for word, when I can find the fucking thing. Right? Basically, they said that our children asked for it. That's what they said. Our children asked for it. Yeah, exactly. What, they walk down the street to school? Yeah, is that asking for it, is it? Tell me, you walk to school with your kids, they're asking to be raped? I don't think so. They're following the words of Islam. That's what they're doing. And they're taking the piss out of us. And what all of us, right, me included, need to do is we need to spread the word of the English Defence League. That's what we need to do. We need to go out there and tell everybody. We need to spread the word of Englishness. That's what we need to do. You remember years ago you might have gone to church with cubs and all that lot. Go to church now, it's empty. There's nobody in there. We've left it behind. It's what made our country great. If you read history, exactly, yeah. So all I will say to you is, I'm English, you're English. I'm proud, you're proud. Let's fucking get rid of these bastards. This is going to be a lot shorter than anything else I've ever said because I've been here 18 days and I'm fucked. I'm not the only one that's been here 18 days. Gail's been here 18 days. Andy's been here 18 days. Andrew Edge was the first one to arrive. Ben Gail. We've been here ever since. And then we've got a Cam Nana and Afi. Everyone's Nana. She's been here almost every minute of it. In that time, we could not have done this without the support of Rotherham. Rotherham locals have fetched us food, clothes, tents, sleeping bags, fags, beer, everything. We've even had the support of the bean bobbies. Even the bean bobbies knew we were doing right. They stood here with us and looked after us. They're not allowed to say they agree, but they do. Of course they do. They don't want to see kids getting touched up and bummed, do they? It's the failings upstairs, not the boys on the street. Yes, that's right. Grooming gangs off our streets.
Grooming gang off our street! 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 Grooming gang!
We've been having meetings all this week, 2 weeks we've been here. We've been in a meeting with social services. We had top boy from there, a top brass copper come in. We've never known that we'd have sit and talk to us. They're shitting themselves. They've got to be transparent because they've clapped it up so much. We've had a meeting with the Muslim Youth Council. They weren't interested in what we had to say. We are going to have more meetings with them, but to be honest, they think their religion is perfect. They're not interested in doing what we want. The only way to deal with this Muslim nonsense phenomena is for them to deal with it. If they won't, it'll end up people like us having to deal with it. And they don't fucking want that. We've been driving up and down here, shouting, you fucking right, there's this bastard, innit? They've drove down with a BB gun taking pot shots at us. That could have been a real gun. They shit, and they know they are. I made the most perfect man to them. Well, I'm seeing no good example here. If that leads to kids getting touched up, he's no example to anybody. Not man, no beast. He doesn't like pigs. Surprises me because he fucking is one. There's so much to say. This camp is going to get broken down tonight, but we're not going. We're stopping here till Sean Wright's out. We need people who are willing to demonstrate here permanently till he's gone. So just fill us in, let us know. We need people to come and join and help us. We've had support like you can't believe, but it's got to carry on. We've had local Rotherham lads standing with us, lads and lasses. We've had a young kid here, Jordan. He got jumped on his way here for supporting us. Jumped by grown Muslim men. This way lots of guys saying a pissing grasshopper, and they're so fit to jump out and kick him about. That's the sort of shit we're dealing with, and that's the sort of shit we're going to stop. We're going to cut it short here because there's a lot to do. Don't forget shops down here, and that's not a selling pitch. Alright, it is. But we want to thank each and every one here. I want to thank everybody who supported us. I want to thank all the locals, people who've travelled from up and down the country. We've even had people coming from Poland today. North East, happy as always, but never as loud as Yorkshire!
Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire! Yorkshire!
Look at these people to my left. They're the people who've been here and done this and carried it on. We want you to help us. We want you to support us. And we want that shit out of there and all of them down with. I thank you all again for coming, and we'll see you at Downing Street next week. Taking it to the heart of government. They will listen. Downing Street has no choice. If we turn up like this, that's a big voice. See you all in Downing Street, and fucking government can get ready. No surrender.
People, these guys have put in 18 days of graft in here. They've given up wages, they've given up their family life. It's Rotherham children that were groomed. There should be 500 people here, not 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's the grandfathers? Where's the nieces? Where's the sisters? Where's the classmates? Rotherham, show them you won't put up with this. You have got to stand. You've got to stand and stop this.
There's a booking going on for a national campaign. Please be generous because we're going to fight this up and down the country. We've got to fight this because we've got to look after the next generation of good English people. We'll see you all in Downing Street.
This lady's camped here for days on end. She's an absolute star.
Good afternoon, Rotherham! I'd just like to say to everybody that's come here today to support us, thank you very much. We've had victims down here which has had me in tears. We've had no justice in court either. So, well, I cried, absolutely cried. It's been disgusting. Like you've heard, we've had meetings, got no answers. We'll be here as long as it takes. But I'd like to thank all the locals for all the donations. Without you, we couldn't have survived. Thank you very much. From
Right now, please listen to police directions for dispersal. I'd like you to stop here with me all night. Keep them going. But the dispersal is down towards Rotherham Town Football Club. I know it's only a little club, but you want the support. They have never seen this many people in in town. But now you're going to see it again.